Good morning. I am Mary Hensley, Chancellor of the Blinn College District, and it is my pleasure to welcome you today as we celebrate the grand opening of the Blinn Baseball Fieldhouse and the beginning of another outstanding Buccaneer baseball season. I know it is a bit chilly for baseball weather today, so we have placed heaters throughout the concourse. Please feel free and welcome to use these warming stations to get comfortable at any time. Of course, today would not be possible without the leadership of the Blinn College District Board of Trustees, and it is my honor to introduce the members in attendance today. With the exception of one, all of the trustees are seated in the stadium seats, as well as all of the other individuals whom I will recognize today. So if you don't mind, just look to your left and your right, and you'll see those who are being introduced. Trustees, as I call your name, would you please stand? And audience, I would appreciate it if you would just please hold your applause until all the trustees have been introduced. First, on the field is Board Chair Jim Colkhorst, who will bring greetings in a few moments. Board Vice Chair Dennis Krausen, Board Secretary Charles Mosier, Randy Wells, Douglas Bohart, Allison Binky, and Rebecca Ehlert. And of course, I'd also like to thank my husband Jim for his continual support. Thank you all. Today's program includes 4 guest speakers, and I'd like to take a moment to introduce them too. And again, if you would hold your applause until they have all been introduced. Guests, would you please stand, and I'll introduce you. Jim Colkhorst, Chair of the Blinn College District Board of Trustees. Scott Schumacher, Athletic Director. Dusty Hart, the new head coach of the Buccaneer baseball team, and sophomore pitcher and infielder Tate Bethel. Thank you. And I'd like to give a special shout out to our wonderful, just absolutely terrific Senator Lois Colkhorst. Thank you for joining us this morning. Won't you stand? We are also excited to be joined today by Charles W. Schwartz, former chair of the Texas A&M University System Board of Regents, and he is the son of former Blinn President Walter C. Schwartz, in whose honor we named Blinn's first building at Texas A&M Rellis. Would you please stand, Charles? Thank you so much for being here. We also are joined by the family of our late athletic director and baseball coach, Leroy Dreyer, after whom this facility was named. They are in the stands today. Would you please join me in welcoming June Dreyer, Janet Dreyer, Bill and Joan Kuntz, and Tara Dreyer. And another extremely special guest, I would like to recognize Dr. Don Volter, the 12th president of Blinn College. Dr. Jolter, thank you so much for joining us today. It's also my pleasure to introduce the community leaders who do so much to support Blinn College and our faculty, staff, and students. Would you please stand, and again, audience, would you please hold your applause until each guest has been recognized. Former Blinn College trustee and current chair of the Blinn College Foundation Board of Directors, Nancy Berry. Former Blinn College trustee and member of the Brenham City Council, Atwood Conjura. Former Blinn College trustee and City of Brenham City Manager, Carolyn Miller. Former Blinn College trustee Joe Al Piccone, City of Brenham Mayor Pro Tem Clint Colby, Brenham City Council member Leah Cook, Washington County Commissioner and former Blinn baseball player Dustin Majewski, and T. Dipple, Chair of the Brenham Campus Advisory Committee. Thank you all for joining us today. And if I have missed any other elected officials, would you stand and let us recognize you as well? I hope we got all of you. Thank you all again. You may be seated. I also would like to take a brief moment to introduce Blinn's administrative team. As a group, administrators in attendance, would you please stand and allow us to thank you for your leadership on behalf of the Blinn College District? Of course, this outstanding facility would not be possible without the hard work of many talented individuals working in partnership with Blinn College. Would you please stand and be recognized if you are with Plan North Architectural Company, Pfluger Architects, Dudley Construction, Dudley Dunham Engineering, LTY Engineers, and Lishka Engineering. Thank you. And from Blinn College, I would like to introduce several individuals who also played a key role in the construction of the new field house. Again, would you please stand, and we'll recognize you as a group. Richard O'Malley, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Facilities Planning and Construction. Mark Feldke, Executive Director of Facilities Planning and Construction. Jessica Gaida, Project Manager. Brandon Barrow, Director of Facilities and our maintenance staff, and Michael Welch, Dean of Academic Technology. Thank you. And I also would like to recognize and thank Chair Nancy Berry and the members of the Blinn College Foundation Board of Directors, as well as if there are any members of the Blinn Alumni and Friends Association. So if you are representing the foundation or the Blinn Alumni Friends Association, would you stand and let us recognize you as well? I also, and this is my favorite part, I also would like to recognize the members of the 2023 Blinn Baseball team. They are seated in front of the Buccaneers home dugout, as well as Blinn's incredible athletic department coaches and student athletes. Come on, guys, would you stand and let us give you a rounding cheer? Thank you. Well, today we are excited. No, we are even more than that. We are absolutely thrilled to welcome you to the premier community college baseball complex in the state of Texas. It is our pleasure to open this new Blinn Baseball Fieldhouse. I'd like to tell you a little bit about it. It's 5,500 square feet. The facility includes a club deck where guests can watch the game from the third base line, a club room with lounge seating, a training room with treatment equipment and a hydrotherapy tub, an industrial-grade laundry room, and a new locker room with space for 45 players, lounge seating, and a custom sound system. In addition to constructing the new field house, we renovated the home dugout to provide an enlarged seating area, new bat and helmet racks, and protective railings. And then in our existing locker room space, we created a new conference space and renovated the coaches' offices. We also have updated the stadium concourse, adding new men's and women's accessible restrooms and renovating the ticket booth. The concession stands have been upgraded. They include new serving windows, heating and air conditioning, new stainless steel work surfaces, and a commercial-grade refrigerator and freezer. And then over to the press box. In the press box, we installed new vac and sound systems, and new furniture, and we improved the Wi-Fi coverage. We also made upgrades to the field itself, repairing the outfield wall, adding turf to the home plate area, and upgrading the backstop. Now, we couldn't have this for today because of supply chain delays. However, in February, we will begin replacing the stadium system where most of you are seated right now with new padded, where you sit, and plastic back seats so the Buccaneer fans can enjoy another winning season in comfort. And with these improvements, we truly believe that Leroy Dreyer Field provides the best stadium experience of any two-year college in the region. And with that purpose in mind, it is my pleasure to introduce former Blinn College baseball player and Chair of the Blinn Board of Trustees, Jim Kolkhorst, to bring greetings on behalf of the board. Please join me in welcoming Chair Jim Kolkhorst to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Hensley. On behalf of the Blinn College Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this dedication of the new Blinn Baseball Fieldhouse. What a great day listening to the organ play before this all got started. It really doesn't feel like baseball weather, but that'll certainly put you in the mood. I'd like to thank the Blinn Board and administration for their support for this project. You know, particularly Richard O'Malley and Mark Feldhake for working through supply chain issues. Getting this project built during COVID was not easy, but they did a great job. Thank you for the architects that helped us with the design. Just a fantastic job, and I hope each of you is going to take an opportunity to go through that field house because it's truly something special. There's a lot of Division I programs that would give their eye teeth for a facility like this, so we're really excited. I'd like to talk a little bit about the importance of athletics in a junior college. The thing that makes this particular campus really special is our athletic programs. And I see a lot of our athletes that are here today, and I'd like to thank you guys for being here. One of the things that makes this a well-rounded and unique campus in the junior college atmosphere is that, you know, we've got overnight dorms and housing, so you can come here and feel like you are a part of a true college experience. We intend to continue to invest in our athletic facilities because it's important, and it is what makes this particular campus special. We have many other campuses up in Bryan College Station, Schulenburg, Sealy. Those are different. This Blinn campus is an opportunity for a student to come and get that beginning opportunity before they move on to a four-year university. You know, JUCO baseball, JUCO sports is really kind of a second chance opportunity. It's a development opportunity. Division I baseball has changed a lot in the last few years since COVID. You really no longer go to Division I baseball to get developed. If you're not ready to play when you get there, you may find yourself looking for a home fairly quickly. And I know that we've got numerous guys on this team that started at the Division I level, and when things didn't work out due to injury or things like that, this is where they have an opportunity to let that dream continue to develop. You know, we started planning this field house in the spring of 2020. At that time, my son Jake had just committed to TCU. He was ready to go to a four-year school and live out his dream. Well, through injury for him, he found that Blinn College was the opportunity for him to keep his dream going. So we feel blessed to have this facility, and I'm really excited for the year to get started. You know, we're blessed in Brenham to have a long tradition of winning in baseball and in athletics, both at the high school level and here at Blinn College. There's always been a great deal of support at the community level. Coach Hart has put together an all-star caliber coaching staff, and I have no doubt it won't take long for our baseball program to get back on top. I'd also like to just give a shout out to our former coach, Harvey McIntyre. He was the start of this planning process for this facility, and he had a lot of input on how it came about. And I'd also like to thank the Leroy Dreyer family, those of you who are here, and for Coach Dreyer and for your family's contribution to the reputation of the Blinn College baseball program. This facility gives us a leg up, and I cannot wait to get this thing going. Thanks for being here to see it.
As I looked up in the audience a moment ago, I saw Joy Fox, so I want to be sure and recognize former Commissioner Joy Fox and your continual support of Blinn. Thanks for coming this morning. We sure appreciate it. Well, it's my pleasure to introduce our wonderful athletic director, Scott Schumacher. He is now in his 11th year here at Blinn as athletic director, and Coach Schumacher oversees an incredible 13 athletic programs on this campus. I think that's more than any athletic director at a community college overseas. Under his leadership, Blinn has qualified for the national tournament in volleyball, women's basketball, and softball. Blinn's football team has competed in national bowl games. The baseball team has reached the Junior College World Series, and the cheer and dance teams have won National Cheerleaders Association and National Dance Alliance championships. In addition to his huge duties as athletic director, Coach Schumacher serves as head coach of the Buccaneer men's basketball team. Won't you join me in welcoming Coach Schu?
I noticed she didn't mention that the basketball team's been in any tournaments or anything. I need to get with our coach on that. I'd like to tell a quick story that I think, and I've been going back and forth whether or not to discuss this, but when I received a phone call to come down and interview, this is a true story, to interview here at Blinn College. Obviously, I visited with my wife first, and then I called my parents' house. My father used to be the superintendent at Waller. We grew up in A-Leaf. So he answered the phone. I said, "Hey, Dad, I've got an interview at Blinn." He goes, "Boy, Blinn's got some really good baseball teams up there. That old coach got those guys going. I know we would send a bunch of guys up there to play. Their facilities are just beautiful." And then I kind of interrupted him. I said, "Dad, you do know I'm interviewing for the basketball job, right?" So, and that's a true story. It's a great day to be a Buccaneer. Thank you for being here and sharing this occasion on such a beautiful morning. There are many people I want to thank today. The first is I would like to recognize our athletic department and the athletic department staff. If the coaches and the athletic department people could please stand. I know Coach Mayon's there. Go ahead, stand, please. I just want to say thank you for your self-serving leadership. You do a tremendous job, and our student athletes are the beneficiary of that. I'd also like to thank Dr. Hensley and her administrative team. I'd like to thank the Board of Regents and their vision for the future of Blinn College. Our facilities team of Richard O'Malley, Mark Feldhawk, and Jessica Gaida, and the hard work of Brandon Barrow, Michael Welch for putting all this together. Another person I'd like to thank for organizing this beautiful event today is Lori Clark. Lori, if you're here, can you raise? There you go. There she is back there. Always enjoy coming to the grand openings. Lori organizes those tremendously. A new era of baseball. We are fortunate to have Dusty Hart and his staff representing Blinn College. Good luck this season, and again, thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, it is indeed a pleasure to introduce the new head coach of the Buccaneer baseball program, Coach Dusty Hart. Coach Hart comes to Blinn from Grayson College, where he compiled a record of 623 wins and 280 losses in 16 seasons. In 2008, he won the Junior College World Series and was named NJCAA National Coach of the Year, American Baseball Coaches Association Junior College Coach of the Year, Diamond Baseball Coach of the Year, and Junior College World Series Coach of the Tournament. Combined, Coach Hart and Associate Head Coach Eric Weaver have had 111 players selected in the Major League Baseball draft since 2012. Please join me in welcoming Coach Hart to the podium and to our wonderful Blinn community.
Somehow I always end up being the shortest guy on the speaking committees. Next time I need to pick a different player. But I don't think there's like 2 or 3 over there that are shorter than me, so options are limited. I can tell you the decision to come to Blinn after being at Grayson for 16 years as the head coach, but I was also there as the assistant for 4 years, so 20 years. It was definitely the toughest decision of my life, and all I can say is every day I come to work, it validates that decision. This place is a family. I mean, I cannot even believe how much everybody's welcomed. Anytime you need help, somebody there's to step up, and I truly hope that we can just do half of what Coach Dreyer did and fill his shoes, because he's a legend in junior college baseball. So Dr. Hensley, Chair Colcourse, and the Board of Trustees, it starts at the top. It starts at the top. It's about the people, not necessarily the buildings. And, this facility that they've built for us, you don't even feel like you're in junior college. You get the best of both worlds, Division I baseball, facilities-wise, with all the advantages of junior college baseball, which is these guys over here don't get to lose their dream of playing in the SEC or Big 12 or playing Major League Baseball. They get to develop, they get to work as much as they want. We don't have time limits like Division I baseball. And so, obviously, they've thanked everybody that could possibly be thanked, but, I'm just going to do it again. Richard, Mark, Jessica, the work they put in to get this building done, putting up with me coming in late, trying to throw my 2 cents in. I'm sure they were ready to tell me to shut up about 100 times. And then Brandon and Daryl and Will, the grass being this green in the middle of January, that's not easy. That's not easy, but it's a huge part of recruiting. And at the end of the day, coaches, we can only work with players. The players are what it's all about. It's our job to get them prepared for the next level, to teach them the right way to play the game of baseball, and, you know, how to do it every day. It's an everyday thing. And I can tell you this, these guys have put the work in every single day. They're ready to work for you guys. And we are going to put a good product on the field, I can promise you that. They're going to play hard. We probably won't win every game. We plan on winning every game. But I promise you we're going to play hard for you. And we're going to do our best to make you guys proud of the Blinn College baseball team. So thank you for having me. I would be remiss without not mentioning my wife. Steph, you got to stand up. Come on. She's at home taking care of 5 kids while I get to chase this dream of being a baseball coach. So without her, none of this is possible. And obviously my kids are up there, and you know, I'm so proud of them, and they all want to come to Blinn, so I'm like, let's go. So thank y'all so much. Looking forward to getting the season started today. At this time, I'd like to introduce the team. They're over there, obviously. I'm just going to have them stand when I call their name. Cody Pfeffer is a freshman from Belleville, Texas. Matt Whitting is a freshman from Houston, Texas. Brandon Dickinson is a freshman from Little Elm, Texas. Tony Bernars is a freshman from Coppell, Texas. Tanner Reeves is a freshman from Bonham, Texas. Jake Colcourse is a freshman from Brenham, Texas. Caden Badalowitz is a freshman from Liberty Hill, Texas. Tristan Dukes, a freshman from Flower Mound, Texas. Keller Thompson is a freshman from Mount Pleasant, Texas. Tate Bethel, he's a sophomore from Sherman, Texas. Kyle Peschel is a sophomore from Belleville, Texas. Marshall Lipsy is a freshman from Longview, Texas. Grayson Doggett is a freshman from Hutto, Texas. Brandon Bishop is a freshman from College Station, Texas. Christopher Benavidez is a freshman from Bryan, Texas. Coy DeFury is a freshman from Melissa, Texas. Shane Martin is a freshman from Houston, Texas. Carson Peschel is a freshman from Belleville. Braden Sprinkle is a freshman from Corpus Christi, Texas. Victor Loa is a sophomore from Los Fresnos, Texas. Christian Dunn is a freshman from Colleyville, Tennessee. Luke Smith is a freshman from Corpus Christi, Texas. Ian Collier is a sophomore from Plano, Texas. Cash Durkin is a freshman from Liberty Hill, Texas. Ryan Scott is a sophomore from the Colony, Texas. Carson McKinney is a freshman from Tomball, Texas. Jorge Melendez is a freshman from McAllen, Texas. Shane Connell is a freshman from Klein, Texas. Sam Crane will be your starting pitcher today. He's a sophomore from Melissa, Texas. Cam Wheeler is a sophomore from Denison, Texas. Nick Anello is a freshman from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Tyler Bogus is a freshman from Frisco, Texas. Bryson Dudley is a freshman from Round Rock. Court Gentry is a freshman from Denton, Texas. Hunter Bonds, a freshman from College Station, Texas. Blaine Zeppelin's a freshman from Victoria, Texas. And Alex Cruz is a freshman from Frisco, Texas.
What a lineup, don't you think? We're so proud of you. Thank you for being a part of the Blinn family. We are excited to watch you play today, and hopefully the rain will hold and we'll be able to play tomorrow as well. There were a couple of players, I think only 2, who were in class today who weren't able to join us, but on behalf of all of us, the Board of Trustees, administration, and the entire community, we thank you, and if you would extend our welcome to those who couldn't be here today, we would appreciate it. Thank you, Coach Hart. The pressure is on, certainly, admittedly. But as I told you recently, regardless of what the scoreboard shows at the end of today, you are a winner. Your team is a winner. The community is a winner, and Blinn College is a winner just for your presence. Thank you. Well, at the heart of today's celebration are the outstanding young men who present today a wonderful team who will play later today and this weekend on the field of play. I'd like to introduce Tate Bethel. Tate is a sophomore and team captain from Sherman, Texas, and he has been selected to speak on behalf of our entire Buccaneer baseball team today. Welcome, Tate.
Hi, I'm Tate Bethel. I'm from Sherman, Texas, and I'm a sophomore here at Blinn. First off, I'd like to thank Chancellor Dr. Hensley for everything that she does here at Blinn College and just how awesome she is supporting this baseball program. And then I'd like to thank the Board of Trustees for all that they do for making this facility happen and all the time and effort that they have done to give us the best facility possible. Then I'd just like to thank the athletic director, Scott Schumacher, for for all that he does for the athletic programs here at Blinn. And I know that everything that he does not go unnoticed for all these wonderful programs. Then I'd like to thank our awesome coaching staff for everything that they do for us as a baseball team. And we know that the time and everything that they miss out on their families does not go unnoticed by us, and I just want to give a good thank you to them. The first time that we got to walk into that amazing facility up there, everybody on this team was just lost of words. I mean, many Division I programs would love to have the facilities that we have now, and we just want to thank everybody as a team for just making this possible. And this all would not have happened without y'all, and we just thank you so much.
So I got to go off script here real quick. Obviously, we have the best coaching staff in the country. I'd like to introduce them real quick, if they could stand. Associate head coach Eric Weaver, assistant coach Wade Regas, coach Jimmy Kirk, and Coach Simph, Coach Zach Simph. At this time, we'd like to present Dr. Hensley with a custom bat that we had made for her, and just to show our support for everything she does for this college.
We kind of went out of the way on this deal. We had some friends with a bat company, and so. Oh, don't do me like that. I don't.
I'm the one that's supposed to be breathless. Come on, Coach.
I'm thankful, Coach Hart. Dusty's been a good friend of mine for a long time. When Dusty was introduced as a coach,
here at Blinn. I called Dusty and I was like, anything you need, I'm in. And so anyhow, since being here, these guys, this staff, and these facilities, everything about this place is unbelievable. And like Coach Hart said, it starts at the top. This is the top. We wanted to thank you. And so this is how we try to do it. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm going to tell you what it says, Southern Timber. It's got a Blinn Buck logo on the front, and it says handcrafted maple, Mary Hensley, EDD, Blinn College. So I'm going to go off script, which you know I often do. When I interviewed to be the chancellor at Blinn College, one of the questions I clearly remember that was posed to me as I stood in the lecture room on the Brenham Campus, and somebody in the back raised their hand and said, I'd like to ask you, what do you think about athletics? And I was more prepared to answer that question than any others. I went on and on. I love athletics, pure and simple. And then I shared kind of a little silly kind of remembrance from my high school days. But when I went to high school, they didn't have young women in sports very much. And I was a swimmer and I was a tennis player and had been from the time that I could pick up a racket and began swimming in the water as soon as my parents threw me in the pool when I was less than 2 years old. And I think one of the proudest moments from my high school years was when I was named my senior graduating year the most athletic student at Burgess High School in El Paso, Texas. I treasure that. That is part of who I am. Athletics, you can't imagine what it instills in you in terms of teamship and caring for one another, in leadership, in perseverance, in tenacity, and hopefully in work ethic when you get older in life. Over the years, I've had numerous tributes given to me, but I have to tell you at this moment and at this time, Coach Hart, this means so much to me. Thank you. Okay, time for me to get back on script. I want to thank Tate. Didn't he do a good job representing our student athletes? And once again, I would like to express my appreciation to the Blinn Board of Trustees for their support of this project. All right. To the members of the baseball team in attendance today, I hope this facility and today's celebration demonstrate that this college and community, we are here to support you. Coach Hart invited you to become part of Blinn College's proud baseball tradition because we believe that you can succeed here, both on the diamond and in the classroom. And with this facility, our nationally recognized coaches and faculty, and the exceptional academic resources available throughout this campus, we remain committed to you in giving you all the tools that you need to reach your full potential. We look forward to seeing all that you are going to achieve this season. And in particular, I hope you will look back when you were my age and reflect maybe on the words I shared a few minutes ago and how much sports and athletics can have an impact throughout your entire lifetime. Now, as we prepare to cut the ribbon on our new baseball field house, I'm going to ask a few people to go ahead and leave the stands now and make your way, if you're in the stadium seating, up to the concourse and over to the field house. The reason I would like to ask a few of you to leave earlier is because we are going to try to capture a field house ceremonial photo before you get to visiting with everybody and get tempted by the hamburgers and the hot dogs and the peanuts and the pretzels that are waiting for you. And so we'd like to please ask you to just quickly go over there and get ready for the photo, and then we invite everybody after the photo cutting. We're going to invite you to tour the new facility. So at this time, if you are members of the Board of Trustees or our stage guest, or if you are one of our Buccaneer players or coaches, while I continue talking and giving a little bit more direction about the rest of the day, would you mind going ahead and getting up now and head over quickly, and Rich Bray and team are going to direct you to where we will do the ribbon cutting officials photo. Now, everyone else, please note that we have set up tents in the concourse with freshly grilled sliders and miniature hot dogs, and we have hot pretzels, popcorn, and drinks available at the concession stand. Now, to tour the field house, please exit the stadium gates where members of Blinn College's cheer team will hand out these bags. And these tote bags say Blinn College District Buccaneers. And you know how so many games now require, particularly ladies, but if anyone has anything they want to carry into a game, you have to have a clear bag to show it. So you now have a clear bag, not only for Buccaneer games, but for any other facility that you go to or game. So I hope you will keep this as a remembrance of our ceremony today. It certainly is an effort to show our symbol of our deep appreciation for your friendship and your support. Now, as you exit the stadium, you're going to turn right that way. And our student services staff will guide you to the front entrance of the field house. Now, this is going to mark the close of today's program, but I would like to thank several of the individuals who made today's grand opening possible, including Dr. Benny Graves, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Human Resources, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Facilities Planning and Construction, Richard O'Malley, Mart Feldke, Executive Director for Facilities Planning and Construction, Brandon Barrow, Director of Facilities, Chief of Police and Emergency Management, John Chancellor, and the Blinn District Police Department, Lori Clark, Assistant for Executive Operations, Julie Gilberto, IT Manager. Julie, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name. But Julie is our IT Manager for Client Systems and the Academic Technology Department. Joe Shorts, you're going to want to thank Joe, who is Director of Food Services, and all of his staff for the wonderful Blinn food today. And I would like to also thank Department Head Todd Quinlan, pianist John Doica, and the Performing Arts Department, Director Rich Bray and the Marketing Department, and Director Ross Schroeder and the Purchasing Department. Now, importantly, please know that we will close and lock off the field and the field house today shortly before, but no later than 1 p.m. The reason we are doing this is so that our coaches and players can have time to prepare for this afternoon's 4 p.m. season opener against Weatherford College. And one additional note, you recall that Lori Clark has been mentioned a couple of times today. Lori is nearing retirement, and this is going to be her last official big ceremony and event that she has done for Blinn College. After Lori retires, Dr. Benny Graves will be taking over Blinn events. So just for a moment, Lori, I see Sharon. Lori, are you still there? There she is. Do you just mind turning around and saying, hey, Lori, thank you for a great job for all the Blinn events. We surely appreciate you. Now all of you, we hope you can help to join us to cheer on the Buccaneers this afternoon at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, thank you so much for coming today. It really means a tremendous amount to everyone in this college district. I hope you have a grand and wonderful and filling time today. Remember, please, to watch your clocks, or if you don't mind, we're going to kind of scoot you out the door heading around 1 p.m. Thank you again for joining us. This closes today's ceremony, and have a blessed and wonderful day.